scheduled my pregnancy appointment with my husband's girlfriend. I found out 2 things on a Monday night that changed everything. 1, I was pregnant. 2, my husband was cheating on me. He was in the shower when I picked up his phone to check the time. A message popped up from someone named Melissa Russell. It wasn't just flirty, it was downright explicit. My hands started shaking. I had just found out I was carrying this man's baby, and he was sleeping with someone else. I did what any woman with a Wi-Fi connection would do. I looked her up, and that's when I discovered the unbelievable part. Melissa Russell wasn't just anyone. She was an OB-GYN, a pregnancy doctor at the women's clinic across town. So the next morning, I called the clinic, asked to see Dr. Melissa Russell, and the receptionist happily booked me for Friday morning. Perfect. That night at dinner, I calmly set down my fork and looked at my husband. I'm pregnant. His face lit up like Christmas morning. That's amazing, babe. I'll come with you to your first appointment. I smiled sweetly. Good, it's this Friday morning with Dr. Melissa Russell at the women's clinic. The color drained from his face instantly. He froze, fork halfway to his mouth. For a second, I thought he might actually faint right there at the table. He recovered fast, forcing a smile. Oh, that's great. But over the next few days, his panic was deliciously obvious. By Wednesday morning, while pouring coffee, he said casually, hey, you know, that doctor doesn't have the best reviews online. Maybe you should look for someone else. Later that afternoon, he sent me an article. Apparently, most men don't go to the first appointment anyway. By Thursday, he was desperate. You know, you deserve the best care. Maybe I can pay for a private clinic, somewhere more upscale. I just smiled. No thanks. I'm really looking forward to meeting Dr. Russell. Friday morning rolled around, and he came downstairs in a full suit, pretending to be in a rush. Oh no, he said dramatically, patting his chest. I totally forgot I've got this huge work deadline today. Nice try, I interrupted, sipping my coffee. You requested the morning off 2 weeks ago. Let's go. He swallowed hard, grabbed his jacket, and followed me to the car. By the time we were 5 minutes from the clinic, he was sweating bullets. Suddenly, he gasped and clutched his chest. I can't breathe. My chest, my arm, something's wrong. I pulled over, alarmed. Do you want me to call an ambulance? He nodded dramatically, eyes wide. When the EMTs arrived, they ran tests while I stood by the car. Sir, one of them finally said, glancing at the monitor, your vitals are completely normal. Have you been under any unusual stress lately? My husband shook his head. The EMT sighed. Well, there's no medical emergency here, but maybe schedule a checkup with your regular doctor. As soon as they left, my husband sat up, relieved. That was close. I smiled calmly. Since we're already close to the clinic, we should still make the appointment. His eyes went wide. Are you serious right now? Completely. He didn't say a word the rest of the drive. In the waiting room, he bounced his leg like a drum solo, glancing at the door every 5 seconds. When the nurse called my name, he stood up so fast he dropped his phone. We followed her into the exam room. She took my vitals and said the doctor would be in shortly. The second the door closed, he started pacing. We need to leave. Right now, I tilted my head, pretending not to understand. Why would we do that? He rubbed both hands through his hair. I have a bad feeling about this place. And that's when the door opened. Dr. Melissa Russell walked in, smiling professionally. Good morning, She froze mid-sentence. Her eyes locked on my husband. The color drained from her face. The tablet in her hand slipped and clattered to the floor. For 3 full seconds, nobody moved. Then my husband lunged toward the door, but she stepped in front of him and slammed it shut. Her voice trembled with fury. Does she know? I nodded calmly. I found out earlier this week. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and turned to him. You told me you were separated. He lifted his hands. I can explain. She cut him off with a sharp laugh. Explain? You're at a pregnancy appointment with your wife. What exactly is there to explain? He started backing into the corner. We're just going through a rough patch, I swear. Shut your lying mouth, she snapped. I'd never seen him look so small. I'm sorry, he stammered. I never meant for this to happen. Melissa turned to me, tears in her eyes. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I had no idea you were still together, or that you were pregnant. I nodded. I believe you. She turned back to him, her voice now steady and cold. If you don't get out of my exam room in the next 5 seconds, I'm calling security. He glanced at me one last time, searching for mercy, but I stared straight ahead, silent. He bolted out the door and she slammed it behind him. Then she picked up her tablet and looked back at me softly. I'm truly sorry for what just happened. I'll transfer your care to another doctor immediately, and if you ever need a statement for your divorce, I'll tell them exactly what kind of man he is. I smiled faintly. Thank you, doctor. I filed for divorce the following week. His lawyer tried to claim that his fake heart attack was evidence I'd caused him emotional distress. The judge looked unimpressed. Case closed. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, what country are you watching from?